Ladies and gentlemen, let's begin with the breaking news of this hour. First time in a decade, a top Indian leader is all set to visit Pakistan. India's External Affairs Minister, Dr. S. Jaishankar, will visit Pakistan for the SCO summit this year. After Pakistan Foreign Minister's visit to India in 2023, this visit comes of the Indian External Affairs Minister. Pakistan, remember, had invited Prime Minister Narendra Modi for the SCO summit. Now, Dr. Jaishankar, India's External Affairs Minister, is all set to represent Prime Minister Modi and India in Pakistan at the SCO summit.
Our participation in the SCO summit, yes, the External Affairs Minister will lead our delegation to Pakistan to participate in the SCO summit, which will be held in Islamabad on 15th and 16th, I understand, of October. As regards his meeting with the Sri Lankan president.
All right, Srinjoy Chaudhary, my colleague and consultant at Times Network, is joining us on the broadcast to help us understand this entire visit of India's External Affairs Minister. Srinjoy, big news there in a decade, almost 15 years, is when an Indian leader and India's External Affairs Minister is now going to be visiting Pakistan. Your first take on this entire visit by an Indian leader?
Well, first of all, the MEA is making it very clear that this is nothing bilateral about it. It is part of an SCO summit. And instead of the Prime Minister, the External Affairs Minister, Mr. Jaishankar, will represent him. That's really a first point. There will be no visit by Prime Minister Modi. Instead, as Mr. Jaishankar, the External Affairs Minister, is going. Also, it was pointedly said that this is not a bilateral issue. This relates to the SCO. It is important for India to be part of the SCO, and this time the summit is in Islamabad. So as a result, India has to be represented. It only makes sense for the External Affairs Minister to go. That's the point that is being made very clear. It has nothing to do with bilateral relations. It's to do with the SCO. Now, the SCO is a multilateral organization, the Shanghai Cooperation Organization. It has Russia, it has China, it has Pakistan, it has India. It has many of these Central Asian republics, and India has to be represented. So therefore, Mr. Jaishankar will be there. Perhaps over for the night, one night, perhaps he may be there for about 24 hours, is the assessment. But the point being made very clearly is this is nothing bilateral to it. This is a part of the SCO summit.
All right, Srinjoy, I'm also joined by Ambassador Ashok Sajjanhar on the broadcast. Let me go across to him as well. Ambassador Sajjanhar, good evening, namaskar, welcome to Mirror Now. This is going to be a crucial visit. India's External Affairs Minister visiting Pakistan. The last time around, we had Sushma Swaraj visiting Pakistan back in 2015. What do you make of this visit? Why is it necessary for India to have this visit at this time?
No, it is not a question. First of all, thank you very much, Shreya, for having me. It's not a question of visiting Pakistan at this time. The External Affairs Minister is going to participate in the SCO summit. He is not going to visit Pakistan. It's not, as you know, as Srinjoy has very clearly brought out, and as the MEA official spokesperson also said, there is no bilateral content to this visit. And the External Affairs Minister has to go. SCO is a very important institution as far as we are concerned. Our outreach as far as Central Asia is concerned, as far as our connect also with Afghanistan in terms of providing relief, humanitarian relief to the people of Afghanistan, and also connecting with other members, because you would recall, Shreya, that Iran became a member of the SCO at the SCO summit that was held in India last year. Belarus has become a member of SCO at the summit this year in Astana. So there are a number of other partners, and of course, it is a very good platform for India to connect with its Central Asian partners and colleagues. We have Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, These are important countries. So, and of course, Russia is also going to be there. So we have to, just because of the fact that the summit is taking place, that the meeting is taking place in Pakistan, we cannot, get away from our responsibilities in advancing our national interest by being there because it is in Pakistan. There's going to be no bilateral content. I'm sure there's going to be no bilateral meeting between India and Pakistan, but India will connect with the other members, other participants who are going to be there, and it will advance our agenda with these countries. Shreya.
Sure. Ambassador Sajjanhar, the Prime Minister in India have always reiterated the fact that one of the foremost challenges that the world faces has been that of terrorism. In fact, last time around at the SCO Council of Heads of States, when he had that meeting, the Prime Minister had addressed the meeting saying that terrorism is a foremost challenge. Do you think this time around as well, that is going to be something that Dr. Jaishankar will speak about, apart from the other agenda that India might place on the table from its own side?
Oh, absolutely. I think terrorism is going to be a very important element of the discussions or the deliberations. And it is not only India. You would recall that just now, very recently in March, there was this huge terrorist attack in Moscow, in Russia, Crocus City Hall. And so it is not only India that is afflicted by terrorism. There are a large number of these countries, and they are also apprehensive that terrorism might emanate from Central Asia, Islamic State, Daesh. Today there is a meeting taking place in Moscow, what is called the Moscow format, to basically discuss as to how the Islamic State and Daesh is getting active in the Central Asia region. India is also participating in this Moscow format meeting. So terrorism is a very important element. India has always been highlighting it, and this time also, Dr. Jaishankar, it will be a part of his, I'm sure it will be a part of his statement that he reads out. But there will also be other elements of the statement, I'm sure, as to how India can contribute in terms of promoting security, peace, stability, and prosperity of the SCO region, and particularly of the Central Asian region. So it is all these elements, and I'm sure there are going to be discussions on the situation in West Asia, how it is evolving, situation in Ukraine and Russia might also possibly come up, maybe not in such great detail. I think the focus will be on also on West Asia, on the Middle East. And India is an important player in that region also. We have excellent relations with Iran. We have excellent relations with Israel, also with Palestine. And whatever happens there is going to have a very significant impact upon India, India's security, India's energy security, trade, economy, connectivity. All these aspects are very important. So India has to be there to ensure that its own interests are safeguarded and indeed promoted. Yeah.
Okay, my last question to you, Ambassador Sajjanhar. India has been pitching itself as the voice of Global South. And with the kind of geopolitical changes that we've seen with the wars happening, with the conflicts around us, and the fact that China and Russia both are a part of this grouping, do you think India uses the SCO and the platform of SCO to push its pitch of being the voice of Global South? Will it do so now?
Well, a voice of the Global South and also connecting, because it is not only, meaning we mentioned that we represent the interests, represent the concerns of the Global South, and that is what we have done, whether it was in G20 or far as his statement to the Summit of the Future, and so on and so forth. So definitely we are going to be mentioning that, representing their interest, and also in terms of what is it that India can contribute, whether it is the digital physical infrastructure, it is the new technology, it is connectivity for this region, and much beyond that, and how India's own experience Shreya, can contribute to the to ensuring the prosperity and peace in the developing countries, particularly, of course, of this region where, the Eurasian region, which comprise most of the SCO member states.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we'll leave it there. Ambassador Ashok Sajjanhar, thank you very much for joining us and helping us get a perspective of this big announcement today. Always a pleasure having you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
All right, with
Thank you.
that, viewers, let's shift our focus and get to